Hi everyone, today we're talking about if I'm going to buy any weed stocks into 2018. I'm making this video because I made a video about Canopy Growth and investing in Canopy Growth a couple of days ago, and that video that I made had a really good response, and I think people really enjoyed the video, so I thought I'd do a little bit of a follow-up about what had happened and my opinions on just not Canopy Growth but other stocks as well. So if you haven't watched that video, go and check it out. But overall, I said that I probably won't be investing in Canopy Growth, and a few of those reasons will be coming into this video as well. But there's a fair chunk of weed stocks out there. I'm going to put a list up, hopefully, of the weed stocks that are available to purchase. But the first thing that you got to be careful of on this list, a lot of these are actually pink sheet stocks. So basically, that means that they aren't actually on the New York Stock Exchange. So that's something that will probably put a lot of investors off straight away. As well as that, they're a little bit cheaper because of that. But Canopy Growth is definitely the biggest one out there. Canopy Growth is sitting at quite a high price at the moment. And the big thing to look at is a lot of these companies have quite a high market value for the money that they're turning over. Something like Canopy Growth is turning currently over 750 million. Which isn't a lot when you got a stock that is valued at $60 per share. Now, there is a couple of reasons why I don't get into weed stocks overall. And the first one being that obviously a lot of them are on pink sheet stocks, which is the first rule that I do not touch them. Second of all, a lot of these are not turning over a lot of money, and not a lot of them are making profit. Now, a lot of people will say they're not making profit because they're investing, they're getting ready for a lot of states in Canada when the legalization comes through, which is they are speculation stocks, but like I say, yeah, they are getting ready for and investing, getting ready for this, a lot more mass production. But at the moment, that's not a great position. If someone came up to you on the street saying, do you want to invest in my company, and you go, all right, well, how are you doing? And they went, oh, well, we don't make money at the moment. You're not going to say, oh yeah, I'm going to invest in you. You wouldn't do that, would you? Or if someone wanted to borrow money off you and you say, oh, I need it to invest in my money, and go, all right, you pay me back. How much money are you going to be making every month? And they go, oh well, we're not making any money at all yet, so you might have to just wait. It won't work really, and that's kind of my case. Is that I don't really touch any stocks that aren't making profit. And that applies to probably most, actually, I think every single weed stock that I've looked into. So that is another problem right there. We're not making profit. A lot of them are pink sheet stocks. And the whole kind of market is done on speculation right now. The biggest thing to compare it to is like the kind of like Bitcoin and crypto market. When this came through, I said, I'm not a fan of it because it's all done on speculation right now. There's no way that it's going to take over the payment industry. There is room for it, but there's no way it's going to take over the payment industry. So it is a bit of a gamble, and it's just on hype at the moment. And I feel like the weed stock area is kind of on the general side of it. It's just on hype at the moment. There's no concrete evidence of them actually there is going to be demand there for sure, and I could understand if you had like 5% of your portfolio, but definitely nothing more than that. We just don't know how it's going to plan out over the next year. We don't know which companies are going to be the top dogs in that sort of thing. And the only one that really stands out to me as being investable is Canopy Growth. But when you're paying $60 per share for Canopy Growth, it's just crazy. I think if I was going to get into any of these stocks, they would be below $20, and have kind of like the core principle investing rules that I have. And the only one really that has it, like I say, is Canopy Growth sort of. And I would only want to get into Canopy Growth if it were below $20. When I first looked into it, and I decided not to invest in it at the time. And I wouldn't invest now. I think it's really high, and it's definitely due a pullback at some point. I just think, I think a lot of people bought in and don't really know exactly what they're getting into when investing into some of these stocks, especially if it's a first stock. Unbelievable if you invest into first stock. Even as an experienced investor, I'd say 5% is the max that you put into it. It's a speculation stock for sure, so you got to be careful when going into this area. And that's just kind of opinion, guys. I mean, if I'm going to go there at all, like I said before, it would be looking at Constellation Brands that own a 40% stake in Canopy Growth and kind of want to infuse that into beers like Corona. That would be where I'll be looking toward, because you get the kind of like weed stock side, but you get a very safe company right there that is actually quite undervalued at the moment. So if I was going to go anywhere and invest in anything, it'd be kind of Constellation Brands, because you get that Canopy Growth side into it. But as an actual like 100% into a weed stock, not for me right now. Way too much speculation, too much risk in my opinion, but that's my opinion, guys. If you don't agree, it's totally fine. Any other opinions, like I say, comment them down below. I always like hearing other people's opinions. Guys, give the video a like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for all the support recently. It's been really good. A lot of comments, a lot of messages I've had, a lot of new subscribers. So thanks for that, guys, and I'll see you on the next video.